Good morning. Happy Friday. Welcome to At Home with Rhonda. It's so funny. I know every time I get ready to do a video, I always pause because I have to think about, okay, which what do you call it, YouTube channel am I going to talk to today? I have one that's called Bible Break Cafe, and that is a place where I just share my heart with spiritual matters, things that the Lord is bringing to my mind. And so if you've never checked out that channel, I would invite you to go do that. It's called Bible Break Cafe. I've had that kind of a devotional thing that I've done for years and years and years. But today, I am just doing my walk around as per usual. And there's a subject I want to talk about when I'm having conversations with people, and I'm telling them that I'm a gardener, that I just love getting my hands dirty, and I tell them about my mom. My mom was a master gardener, and most of what I know came from her. But one of the first things that people will say to me is, I don't have a green thumb. I'm intrigued by it. And, I would just so love to be a gardener and be able to do all those things, but I can't do that. I just don't have a green thumb. So I want to dive into that today because though I will agree, we all have different skills, different skill sets. We all have different things that we're better at than others. But it just turns my insides out when I hear somebody say, I can't. I don't know. I'm kind of the belief I can do all things through Christ. And if it's something that you're intrigued about, if it's something you'd like to do, I would say you're never going to know unless you give it a shot, right? Maybe you won't be the gardener that I am, and that is perfectly okay because, it's in my blood. It's in my DNA. My mom put that love of gardening in me years and years ago when I was a little girl, and we were out there in the field or either in the garden in our backyard, getting dirty, planting, harvesting, shelling, shucking, snapping beans, just all the good stuff that comes with gardening. But I want to talk about if that is something, if you look at my videos and if you talk to other people and you're like, why can't I do that? What I tell people when they say that to me is you can do it. You can. Just start small. Start with some basic things, like tomatoes, bell peppers, things that are hardy, things that you don't have to, really fuss about, because it does take time. And maybe that's the thing. Maybe your time is just so consumed with other things in life that, you don't have the time to sit down and even think about, okay, well, what do I want to grow? But I would say don't not have a garden because you think you can't. Okay, if maybe this is a busy season right now and this season just doesn't allow you the time because you're a mom of young children or, you work a full-time job, whatever it is in the season, maybe you're a caretaker, with a parent, or I don't know. I'm not sure what are all the things in your life, but what I can say is there are so many benefits to gardening. And of course, one of the greatest benefits is eating fresh produce. I mean, that is just amazing. Okay, I just love it. But there are so many other things when it comes to gardening. Gardening is, it's something that you do and you normally are not doing it with other people. Like right now, I'm sitting in my garden at a little table and I'm listening to the birds. There is so many therapeutic benefits to gardening. It's a time that you can have quiet time to talk to the Lord. It's a time that you can kind of let your thoughts settle. You know, if you've got things that are racing in your mind, it's time where your cat can even say, "Oh, I want to come hang out with you. This is Asher. Can you say hi to the whole world?" So, you know, I would just say today that if having a garden or even being able to grow your own produce, there's something in your mind that says, you know, I really would love to do that. I want to challenge you for 2026. It's not too late. You can still grow something. Maybe you don't want to start it with a seed this year. Maybe you can do that next year, because it's concept upon concept, right? It's, you know, you're not going to learn everything in 1 year. I mean, I can tell you, I've been gardening most of my life, and there's still so much that I need to learn. Every year I learn a little bit more. And so one of the things that I want to leave you with is, when you think about taking care of plants, I want you to think about, if you're a parent and you have raised children or you have babies right now, it is basically this, I'm not going to say the same thing. Okay. I'm not going to put that in comparison. But what I'm saying, if you think about what your children need to survive, they need food, they need shelter, they need water, they need sunlight. Think of all the things that make them healthy. Well, your plants, even love, okay? I don't want you to think I'm weird out there, but I actually talk to my plants. I do. And you may think I'm crazy, but when I'm out here, I'm talking to God. He's present with me. And I also talk to my plants. If they're doing good, I'm like, oh my gosh, look at my little cucumber, or my little green pepper, or whatever it is I'm looking at. Or if they're not doing good, I'm like, okay, it's, you know, you got to straighten up, because, you know, we got some growing to do. So yes, I talk to my plants. I give them love, just like your children need love. You know, maybe they can survive and live without it, but they're not going to thrive. So loving all my plants, that could mean taking time with them, you know, in the morning to come out here and just do my walk around. And, you know, if I see that there's any kind of problems, just like this morning, I came out here and one of my, one of my bean plants, thank God it's only one, has like this whole row of eggs. I don't know what kind of bug has laid their eggs on there, but I'm going to have to attack it. I'm going to have to spray it down with something, because that's not cool. So just giving it time, showing it love, means that I walk around and I investigate and I look around and see what that plant needs. And then I give it what it needs. And if you're like, well, I don't even know what it needs, well, we know where to go. I am always here for questions. If you want to send me a message, that is perfectly fine. Anything and everything that you need to know is on Google, is online. There is a wealth of information out there. And so my encouragement to you today on this Friday, if gardening is something that you would like to start an adventure with, don't not garden because you think you can't. You can, my friend. You can do it. You can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. But you can, but start small. Even if it's one plant, one tomato plant. If you love tomatoes, get, a big pot or even a bucket. Do one plant. If you want to be adventurous, do 5. Do 2 tomato plants, 2 bell pepper, and a basil. Okay, that way you can actually make spaghetti sauce with that. So that's my lesson today. And I'm going to kind of combine it because, God has given us all that we need. He's given us the skills. He's given us the motivation. He's given us the energy, the resources. God will help you. He helps me all the time. And if I can do it, so can you, friend. I hope you guys have a good Friday and a great weekend. It's going to be hot here in North Carolina. We've kind of had some cooler weather the last few days, and it's been great. But I think today it's going to get up in the 90s. Thankfully, right now the humidity is not bad. But I hope you guys have a great weekend. Be blessed, be safe, and we'll see you next time. Take care.